Serie A match of the week, Juventus against Napoli. I do like Napoli to win. I do believe that Napoli is going to make a statement and get a big win against Juventus, who look very on and off all season long. First of all, if Napoli lose the match, they could have 2 draws and 4 losses, kind of like Camacho Juventus. I did correctly predict Napoli to defeat Atalanta because of Atalanta having Gamache 16, and they did come back and win 3-2 against Atalanta. Juventus, they could lose for the first time all season after 21 prior matches. If they do score 2 goals, 35 and 36, scoring against Napoli, but at this moment in time, it's not realistic. And what I do like about Napoli is the fact that they can pick up their 53rd points of the season, and Juventus is coming off of the match against AC Milan. And if Napoli beat Juventus, then there's a real prospect of Napoli becoming the champions of Italia. I campioni is Gamache 53. So if Napoli defeat Juventus, then suddenly Napoli can become the champions because they don't have any more matches against Atalanta and Juventus after this week. And this match is at Napoli at Naples. And a loss for Juventus would mean that Milan stays alive in Champions League qualification, as it is over 70% chance that Serie A is going to have 5 teams in the Champions League next year. So it all depends on how Lazio does. Do they fall off, suffer a poor form, or can Lazio continue? Lazio and Fiorentina. If Fiorentina wins, Bologna's in the driver's seat too. Bologna, their 34th point against Empoli. You never know with Bologna. The match could end in a draw against Empoli, but 34 points. Empoli is 34. If they win, if they score their 34th goal against Empoli, Bologna is going to win. So for Bologna, they will get a result. Milan should concede against Parma. They've allowed 21 goals. It's Parma that's Gamache of 22. Although with Conceição, you kind of expect Milan are going to win and develop some intensity. So I think this is a week where Milan make some ground and Napoli establish themselves as a huge contender for the Scudetto. Napoli on a winning run. Could they perhaps have a big streak to come? March the 2nd, circle that match on the calendar. Napoli, Udinese, Como, matches against Roma, playing better. Lazio are going to be big, and Inter. So this is the tough stretch for Napoli coming up. Juventus, Roma, Lazio. And right after March, you see the matches get rather a lot easier. Monza, Torino, Empoli, Venezia, Fiorentina on bad form, Lecce. But then some matches like Bologna and Milan could be some tough matches. Finishing against Cagliari and Parma and Genoa in the relegation zone. The tough stretch of matches is coming up for Napoli. I just like the Partenope to pick up all 3 points. Juventus are going to have to lose eventually in the Campionato. Are they really going to be invincible all season long? Well, Juventus had their invincible season with Antonio Conte, and could Antonio Conte end the invincible season for the Bianconeri? They're at plus 24 goal differential against Juventus. Juventus is 24. If Napoli win against Juventus and Roma, they're let's see. Roma is Camacho at 25, so Napoli could be at plus 25 goal differential before facing off against Roma. You know, never say never. And now, obviously, have to go to 2025 Juventus. If Juventus win, they could have 13 wins and 2 losses, kind of like Juventus is 132 and Rossoneri is 132. They're coming off of the game against the Rossoneri. Well, they're coming off a game against Club Brugge in Champions League that ended in a disgraceful 0-0 draw. If they allow their 26th goal all season to lose against Napoli, it is Scudetto. That's Camacho 26. I want to go to Napoli's nickname. I think it's going to be key. Partenope, I think, is their nickname. Partenope is 56. They should be going for their 56 points at some point. Let's see. What about Camacho Stadio Olimpico? Because they're traveling to the Olimpico after hosting Juventus. I do like Napoli to win against Juventus.